Selling a little or a lot? Shopify helps you do your thing however you cha-ching. Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. From the launch your online shop stage to the first real life store stage, all the way to, oh my God, did I just hit a million orders stage? Shopify is there to help you grow. Whether you're selling scented soap or offering outdoor outfits, Shopify helps you sell everywhere. From their all in one e commerce platform to their in person POS system, wherever and whatever you're selling, Shopify has got you covered. Shopify powers 10% of all e commerce in the US. Shopify is the global force behind Allbirds, Rothy's, and Brooklinen, and millions of other entrepreneurs of every size across 175 countries. Plus, Shopify's award winning help is there to support your success every step of the way. Businesses that grow, grow with Shopify. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/manifest, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/manifest now to grow your business no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/manifest. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Manifest with Tori DeSimone. I'm your host, Tori DeSimone, and we have not had an episode just the two of us in such a long time. For my audio listeners, you might hear some wind throughout this episode. That's because I'm recording this episode outside. It is such a gorgeous day. Honestly, the whole month of June has been incredible weather-wise. Like, so blessed, so grateful for this incredible weather. I remember last year, June was so gloomy and it was raining like the whole month. And then when it wasn't raining, it was so windy. And it was just like a terrible month last year weather-wise. This year, it couldn't have been any better. And I think it's because it rained like every single day in April and May. So once June rolled around, it's just been the best weather. So I've been soaking it up and just like truly living my best life with this incredible weather down at the Jersey Shore. So I am recording this episode outside, which if you guys are watching on YouTube or watching any clips on Instagram and stuff, you'll see that one, I have my headphones on so that I could hear like when the wind picks up and things like that. And two, I have my sunglasses on, which by the way, these sunglasses I found on my rooftop deck at the beach house. I don't know who they belong to, but I've been wearing them and they rock. And I found them on Amazon. They're literally like $12 and they're so awesome. I will link them. They're polarized and they're industrial. Like, I don't know what it is. The girls were saying that these were left on the grill, which is what we call the rooftop deck of the house, last summer, which meant that these survived the snow, the rain, the wind, and they have fallen off me, like my person, so many times since I started wearing them like 2 weeks ago. They haven't broken. And like I said, they're literally $12. So like if I lose them or whatever, they're not like some expensive designer sunglasses that I then have to replace. And I know I said that they're polarized, but I've never had polarized sunglasses before because to me, it's never been like a huge priority. But once you get polarized sunglasses, it does really change the game. So anyway, if you guys are listening and or watching, you'll probably hear some outside noises such as the wind. There's a jet ski driving by right now playing some music, so you might hear a little bit of that. You might hear some birds. My boyfriend is doing some housework, so you might hear the drill. All I'm saying is you're like really with me. We're just on the phone, catching up, having a FaceTime chit chat. And I was talking to Maddie, who does my social media for Manifest with Tori DeSimone, which you guys should go follow. And she always says that her favorite podcasts to listen to are just catch-up episodes. And I totally get that because I'm very much so the same way. I love just hearing like the banter of people's lives, what's going on, you know, day to day with them. But for some reason, I don't do that a ton on this podcast, but those are always some of my best performing episodes. So I think I'm going to start doing them more, especially because the last 3 weeks, I had 3 incredible guests in a row. And I'm really excited to bring on more guests. Actually, I've had 4 total guests that have been incredible, 3 in a row. I had Gretchen, Rachel, Sydney all in a row, and then a solo episode the week before that. and then Holland the week before that. So I've just had amazing guests on Manifest. I'm so grateful, and you guys are loving the Intrusive Thought series, which makes me really happy. You guys loved Rachel's episode of How to Get Your Shit Together, which I also loved. I have another friend coming on really soon to talk about taking the leap to starting your small business, and I'm really excited about that. Speaking of small business, if you guys are watching on YouTube, then you'll see that I'm wearing Elevate merch. Elevate is a spin studio in South Carolina, and the owner, Jess, her and I have been chatting for a little more than like a year now, and it's been amazing to watch her open the studio. And she had like questions and stuff about the studio, and I was so thrilled that she asked me and wanted my input on stuff. And anyway, to make a long story short, it's in Clemson, South Carolina. So if you guys are in Clemson, definitely go check out Elevate Spin Studio. An amazing team, an amazing owner, an amazing message, an amazing business. So I'm supporting their merch today. Thank you for sending it to me, Jess. But I also get a lot of DMs about how to open a studio, things like that. And I don't talk about it a ton on this podcast. If you do want to hear more about that, I would definitely recommend to go listen to my episode that I did with Holland a few weeks back. We really do dive into what it's like owning, operating, the transition from becoming an instructor to an owner, all that sort of stuff. We talk about that a lot. I'll link that down below. But I also have been coming up with ways that I can really dive deeper into assisting you guys of how to open your own businesses, because that's something that I do get asked a lot about, and I don't touch on it as much as I should. And now that I'm like fully in the swing of the studios down here in the summer, I just am so reminded of, what it takes to open a studio and then managing it and all that sort of stuff and running it. So, I'm working on something for you guys. If that piques anyone's interest, stay tuned. But in the meantime, we have a lot of catching up to do because I just haven't chatted with you guys in quite some time. So let's just start at the beginning, at the basics. The Jersey Shore is amazing. It just so rocks being down here. I just love it. Like I said, the weather's been absolutely unreal. It's been sunny every single day. The humidity's been really, tame, which has just been such a treat. Like no clouds in the sky ever. And it's just been like this for a month straight. I'm so lucky and blessed and grateful. It's just been so incredible and so amazing. So life down here is really good. I'm really settled into a fantastic routine. I have my morning routine, which I just filmed, and I'll be putting up on YouTube probably by the time this episode is up. I think I'm going to have that up. So check my description down below for my YouTube channel to go watch my summer morning routine. But I'm in a really, really good summer morning routine down here. Essentially what I do is I wake up, I read, I get ready for the studio. I take a 7:30 workout class at the studio, whether it's in Avalon or Sea Isle. And then I do what I call my rounds at the studio, which is where I'll just go between 1, 2, or all 3 of the studios and check, show face, just make sure everything's good. Hang out, just enjoy it. I've just been really enjoying it, and that's been so awesome. And then I'll go home from the studios, have some breakfast, and then either begin work or go to the beach or go for a walk. Just really wherever the day takes me. I've been very go with the flow down here, but I have a structure. You know what I mean? Today I'm at my boyfriend's house, and that's because he needed to be picked up for a jet ski and things like that. But I've just been flexible down here, and that's been really nice. But yeah, it's just been so awesome. I've been going to the beach. I've been playing pickleball. I have my podcast with my mom, which is called Let Me Call My Mom. That's been super fun. We've been recording that. We've been cooking, making cooking recipes and videos and stuff like that for that podcast. I've been on the boat. I've been fishing. We've taken Frankie, which is my parents' dog, swimming. He hates swimming, so we're not going to do that anymore. It's just been really great. I'm hosting a sound bath on Friday. it's just been like the best past few weeks ever. And I'm just really happy being down here. And life is good. Life is really good. And I'm really happy to say that. And I feel really blessed. And like not a day goes by where I'm like not thanking like the universe or just like my staff and clients and my community. And it's just, my parents, my support system, like it's just been so awesome. It's been so, so awesome. So I'm just over the moon and I'm just so happy. And yeah, I've like only good things to report, which I guess is great. But I will say, this has really just opened my eyes, and I ask myself this every single day, and I'm like, why do I live in Pennsylvania where it is cold and dark and dreary 8 months out of the year for 4 months of happiness? Like, I need to live in a place that's 12 months of happiness. Like, I don't have to be living in a cold, dark climate just because I'm comfortable there. Like, I don't know. Like, every time I get a taste of the summer and the longer days, I'm like, this is how life should feel. Just like happy and good. And, like this is it, like, but then again, I guess you need the dark to appreciate the light. It all balances out. And maybe I'm just on like such a high of the good weather and the beach and all that sort of stuff going on. But anyway, life at the Jersey Shore is really great. The studios are just absolutely crushing it this year, and it's just been so awesome. If you guys have been following along, I opened a third studio down at the Jersey Shore. So I have 3 at the Jersey Shore, 1 in the suburbs of Philly, and the third one down at the Jersey Shore is in Avalon, and it's just been crushing it. We've been embraced into the Avalon community, and I couldn't be more grateful. It seems like the clients are enjoying the studio, which is all I could ever ask for. And team stronger than ever. Clients seem really happy. And it's just been really, really great. So all good things to report back. I do also feel much more motivated in the summertime. Like, for example, I just feel like I have some goals, and all of my goals tend to center more around health and fitness in the summertime. I don't know if it's because the days are longer, so I want to be more active. But honestly, for me, like the other night, I played pickleball, and then I literally came home and went to bed at 6:30 p.m. So yeah, like even though I say the days are longer, that doesn't always mean I'm awake for all of it, but it's nice that the option is there. Like this is pre-summer solstice that I'm recording this. So I think it's like June 18th today that I'm recording this. So the summer solstice is on Thursday the 20th. So when this is up, it's past the summer solstice. But like these are the longest days of summer, and I just love it. I love it, love it, love it. So anyway, I don't know if that has to do with why my goals are always centered around health and fitness. But I have to say, I have 3 like main things that I've really been working on. And it's daily workouts, weighted walks, and making health in general just a priority. So let's just break that down really quick. Daily workouts. What that means is I really try to do a 7:30 a.m. class every day at Stride. Whatever the format is. It tends to be something at the fitness side of the studios instead of spin. I've just been really loving cardio sculpt, which is like a mat Pilates class. It's just like it has a little bit of like oomph to it, and it's heated, and it's so freaking awesome. Yoga, of course, I love to practice. I love to teach. I've been taking as much yoga as possible. We added in this new format called Dance Cardio Sculpt. Oh my God, it's so fun and so tough. It's really such a great workout. So I've been loving that. So those are typically like the 3 that I'll rotate between. And I do them every morning at 7:30 a.m. and I love it. I've been posting them every day on Instagram, and it's kind of just to hold me accountable as well as maybe motivate at least one other person on the other side of the app. But I have to say, it's been really nice to have a consistent workout routine and daily workouts. I always feel like going into the summer, I can't have that because of the studios and things like that. But hello, I own fitness studios. Like that just makes the most sense because I can be there and get a workout in. So I've been doing that at the 7:30 slot, which is the earliest time that we offer. And it's just been so great, the best way to start the day. And I love it. I get to see the instructors, the clients, the community, and I get my own sweat in too. So it's been awesome. And I trust my staff immensely. I have such a great team under me, such great staff that I know will always hold down the fort if I'm unavailable for those 45, 60 minutes while I take class. And it's just been awesome. So daily workouts has been a really big goal of mine, and I'm really proud of myself because I've been sticking to it since Memorial Day. The next thing is weighted walks or just a walk in general. Ideally, this would be every day, but that's not what's happening. It averages out to like 3 to 4 times a week I'll do a walk. And I say weighted because I have those little like Bala ankle weights. I'll link them down below. I have Bala, but there's Amazon dupes, so I'll link both and you can decide if you want either. But I just have the 1 pound ones and I put them around my ankles and I just go for a walk and it's been really fun. So I love that. The walks are also the only time that I get to catch up on my podcasts. So I just don't really have as much time to listen to podcasts in the summer, and I think that's how a lot of us are. So the walks are really like the only time that I can listen to a podcast, or if I'm like laying out and not doing anything while I lay out, but like I'll go to the beach with friends or I'll listen to an audiobook sometimes when I lay out. If I'm trying to get a little bit of a tan, which I actually think I am getting a little bit of a tan. Now, look, I don't really tan well at all. So, like, you guys are probably watching the video and being like, Tori, what are you talking about? You're literally not tan. You'd be surprised, okay? For me, I kind of am. And let's just, like, take a win where we can get it, okay? But the walks also get you tan. It's where I get to listen to my podcast. It's also peace for me. It's a really great disconnect from working. There are some days where there's just a lot of admin work for the studios. And it's like 6-7 hours of just, like, get it all done. And those days I really look forward to a walk to just disconnect from it and just be totally unplugged. So that's been really, really nice. And then lastly, just making health a priority. What I mean by this is I just really, really want to eat better, meaning like where I'm getting my food from. Like I'd rather buy from local farmers or the farmers market or small businesses in the area, things like that. I just want to eat healthier, eat fresher. I don't know if it's because it's the summertime and that it just kind of comes over me in the summer when it's like that. But I just want to be eating cleaner, fresher, prioritize protein, things like that. And it just feels really good. And I also feel like I'm sleeping a lot better too. So all these good things are going on. And I just feel like come summertime, I always have higher prioritizations of health and fitness and things of that nature. And it's just been really, really nice. So those have been 3 things that I've been working on, just daily workouts, weighted walks, and making health a priority. And that's been really nice. I want to jump into reading. I have really been off my reading fictional game lately, and I notice this also from, maybe I notice it from other people because for me I'm off of my game. So when other people say that they're off of their game, I'm like, oh yeah, see, I'm not the only one. But then again, I also have my mom who has, like, I think this year read, if not 200 books already, like almost. Like she reads about a book to a book and a half a day, which is so crazy. And we talk about that a lot on our podcast, Let Me Call My Mom, which again, I'll link down below. New episodes come out every Friday. It's so much fun. I adore that podcast. If you like these chit chat, catch up podcasts, you'll love Let Me Call My Mom, because we spend the first hour of the podcast just like catching up with one another about our weeks and stuff like that. So anyway, I haven't been reading as much fiction lately, and I don't know why really that is. It just isn't holding my attention. But I will tell you, when I had Rachel on, she talked about Rich Dad, Poor Dad. So I started reading that book, and that book has really held and gotten my attention. It's a really, really great book. I know that finance books can be really intimidating to read. At least I shouldn't project all this onto you as listeners, but for me as a consumer of finance books, I sometimes just feel like I'm not in the right mindset to acquire the knowledge of it, because then I begin to feel like I'm doing a lot of things wrong, right? Like, oh, I'm not doing this and I should, or I just feel like behind in certain things, whatever that might be. This book is a great, yes, finance book, but it's also just a great life advice book. Obviously, the main keynotes of the book are about finance and, how to like life lessons essentially. But he also just goes into beyond finance and the lessons of, I know I just said life lessons, but I feel like that's the only term that I can really use to explain it. Life lessons. And it just sort of stretches my mind and my creativity, and that's been really nice. And I just feel like I've really been, I'm opening my eyes to a lot of different things, and I'm thinking more creatively. I'm thinking outside the box of what I've always been used to. Like, for example, I mean, it's a finance book. So when I think about ways that I've made money in the past, that's always what I would think of. That's how I make money in the future as well. But with this book, I'm like, all right, I know one way of making money for myself and in a career, but like, how else could I do it? And it's just been opening my eyes to a lot more things and opportunities that I didn't necessarily see before. And it's also kind of like reshaped my definition of things in life. And it's just been really cool. So it's been a great, yes, finance book, but also just a great life lessons book. So I recommend you guys read it. Whether you take the advice or not, that's up to you. But go into it with an open mind. And it doesn't have to be a finance book if you don't want it to be. I just think it's a great life lesson book. And Rachel was right when she said everyone should read it. I agree. Everyone should read it. It's been really, really great. I'll link it down below. I really enjoy it a lot. A lot, a lot, a lot. Selling a little or a lot, Shopify helps you do your thing however you cha-ching. Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. From the launch your online shop stage to the first real life store stage, all the way to, oh my God, did I just hit 1 million orders stage? Shopify is there to help you grow. Whether you're selling scented soap or offering outdoor outfits, Shopify helps you sell everywhere. From their all-in-one e-commerce platform to their in-person POS system, wherever and whatever you're selling, Shopify has got you covered. Shopify helps you turn browsers into buyers with the internet's best converting checkout, which is 36% better on average compared to other leading commerce platforms. And you can sell more with less effort thanks to Shopify Magic, your AI-powered all-star. When I started selling the Manifest planners, I knew that I wanted to do it online, but I didn't know where to begin. And Shopify has made it so simple for me. I'm so glad I use Shopify. They are seriously the best. And I think you guys will be so excited to know that Shopify really is like with some of the biggest brands you could possibly think of. Use Shopify. It's really user-friendly on the back end for someone like me that has no idea how to go direct to consumer. And it also looks really professional on the consumer's end because it really looks like we have, our ish together and it looks like we really know what we're doing. But Shopify is so awesome and I couldn't recommend it more. Shopify powers 10% of all e-commerce in the US. Shopify is the global force behind Allbirds, Rothy's, and Brooklinen, and millions of other entrepreneurs of every size across 175 countries. Plus, Shopify's award-winning help is there to support your success every step of the way. Businesses that grow with Shopify. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/manifest, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/manifest now to grow your business no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/manifest. What's so funny is I was talking to my friend Katie the other day, who, mind you guys, I'm going to have on the podcast very soon because you guys have been asking about her. I had to literally send out a manhunt for my friend Katie the other day, and that was so stressful. To make a very long story short, she was out the night before at a bar, wasn't home in the morning, which is like typical Katie behavior. Like sometimes like she'll just like go home with friends or things like that, and then we just reconnect the next day. Whatever, no big deal. But the only reason this one was a little bit bizarre is because it was like 12:30 and she still wasn't back, and her location was at the bar that she was at the night before. And I was like, oh, so she lost her phone at the bar. And then I just like couldn't get a hold of her. I was literally tracking down. I tried to track her down through her cousins, her sister who was in South Carolina. Like I was having a whole manhunt for my friend Katie the other day. Turns up she was just with some friends and she ended up back at the house, and I was like, oh my God, I'm literally gonna kill you. I was about to file a missing persons report, which maybe that's dramatic of me, but maybe it's also me being a good friend. Either way, she was fine. She was just with friends. But I forget why I bring that up. Oh, because when we were out we went to lunch the next day, and we were talking about something, and I made the reference right down the middle, right down the middle. And I was like, what movie is that from? And she was like, Parent Trap. And I'm like, yes. So I don't know why that just popped into my head, but it did. Do you guys ever get that where it's just like you just have random movie quotes? I honestly think I could recite the entire movie of The Parent Trap from beginning to end. No problem. Like, I don't even need the movie on to recite the whole thing. That's how much I love the movie. And when I think back to how many times I watched the movie, I don't even think it's that many times. Like when I was really, really little, like a baby and stuff, you know how kids get like hyper fixated on movies and they just want to watch the same movie over and over and over again? When I was older, I feel like the movie for younger kids was Frozen. Like they just only wanted to watch Frozen. When I was a baby and like 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever, the movie I always wanted to watch was The Aristocats. I loved it. It was just like my movie. I always wanted to watch The Aristocats. My sister's was The Jungle Book, like whatever. When we got a little bit older, I feel like the movie was Freaky Friday. My sister and I were obsessed with Freaky Friday. And then like we had, the Parent Trap sprinkled in there, but it wasn't like a hyper fixation movie per se. But I can recite that movie so many times. Like in my sleep, I could recite it, every single word of the entire movie. I love that movie. Now I want to watch that movie. I'm obsessed. Another kind of hyperfixation movie was The Princess Diaries, the first one, of course. And when you go back and watch The Princess Diaries, kind of crazy now. Remember when, what's her name? Anne Hathaway's character. Princess Mia. When Princess Mia, before she was princess, was saying like that she was struggling with her dad literally dying. And her best friend Lily was like, it's been 3 months. You're not over that? It's like, and in the moment, I thought nothing of it. And now I'm like, wait, that's crazy behavior to say that to your friend. Like, that's really crazy. Princess Diaries is such a good movie. I was talking about this with the girls at the front desk at the studio the other day. Like, they just don't make Disney Channel movies and, like, shows like they used to. Like, we definitely had the best generation of shows. Like, Sweet Life on Deck, Hannah Montana, Sweet Life with Zach and Cody, That's So Raven, Wizards of Waverly Place, like Victorious, iCarly, Drake and Josh. Like they don't make shows like that anymore, and we definitely got the best part of the shows. Maybe it was because I was just at the right age. Oh my god, Zoe 101 was the show. Like that was by far the best show because it was so cool. Like those kids were so cool. They were at a boarding school. They had phones, like sidekicks. Remember those? They had those cool phones. They had those Jet X's, like the scooters. Remember they had to make the commercial for it? It was just the best show ever, and they just don't make cool shows like that anymore. So I'm really glad that we got that era of shows because it's not the same anymore. We had the Cheetah Girls, we had High School Musical. Oh my god, we had Camp Rock. I want to watch Camp Rock tonight. That would be really cool. That would be really fun. Okay, anyway, so yeah, we just had like the best stuff growing up, but I forget why I brought all this up. What was that show with? It was like Cheaper by the Dozen, but not. I also love Cheaper by the Dozen 2. I think Cheaper by the Dozen 2 is way better than the original Cheaper by the Dozen, and it's so summer coded. That's another one that I could recite a lot. Like, it's Moss, Tom. Like, mimosas at noon on the dock. Like, Murtaugh. Like, there's so much from Cheaper by the Dozen 2 that I could recite. Such a comfort movie of mine. But there's another one. I think it was Yours, Mine, and Ours, where it was like Cheaper by the Dozen 2, but it's not Cheaper by the Dozen 2. And it's just like a blended family, I think. And I kind of forget the premise of it, but I just remember like they all live in a big house together and they go to school together. And it's just like a family bonding movie. I really don't know how else to put it, but it was cute nonetheless. And I really liked it. Anyway, I'm going to move on from this. I don't even know how I got on this topic. I did want to talk about drinking because I have had some drinks lately. So if you guys have been following along, I stopped drinking in August of 2022 and I have many episodes on it. I'll link them down below. But I stopped drinking in August of 2022 because the main reason was I listened to a Huberman Lab podcast episode about drinking and I was like, I'm just going to stop for 30 days, see how I feel. And then that 30 days just kept going and going and going and going. And then this year for Mother's Day, I was like, I just want a freaking mimosa. So I got a mimosa. It was great. And then since then, I've had a drink maybe like 5 other times, meaning I've had a glass of wine or a spicy margarita. That's pretty much what it's been. Oh, I had an orange crush the other day. I think that's it. It's either been wine, a margarita, or an orange crush. And don't get me wrong, I love those drinks. It's fun to go out to a restaurant and order drinks, but I've had probably 5 drinks since Mother's Day. And here's what I can say after not drinking for 20 months and then having a few drinks again. I'm done drinking. Like, you guys, it's such a waste for me. It really is. And let me tell you why. Number one, as soon as I have the drinks, I'm immediately yawning. I get so tired that if drinking is supposed to be this thing that like brings out a social side of you, it just does the exact opposite for me. Maybe it's because I haven't drank in a really long time, so my tolerance is really, really low. But seriously, like if I'm out with friends and they want to have a good time and stay up all night, I need to be drinking Diet Cokes, not like wine. You know what I mean? Like I just get so tired. And I remember that from the podcast of why Huberman says that happens. And I'm going to butcher this, but essentially the way our body metabolizes alcohol, it's just like poison for our body, which is why it makes us tired. It just takes a lot for our body to metabolize it. And I'm tired within 5 minutes of having the first sip of wine or tequila or like whatever it is that I'm drinking. And again, it's not, and I'm not even having more than one drink. I'm having a quarter of the drinks, half of the drinks. And I'm not only getting super buzzed off these drinks because I haven't drank in a very long time, but I'm so tired. Like the other day I went to lunch with Katie. Like I said, I got an orange crush at the lunch and she's like, let's go to somewhere else. I'm like, yeah. And then we get up and I'm like, I like need to go lay down. Like, I'm really sorry. Like I actually can't go anywhere else. Like I need to lay down and go to sleep. And that's been my experience with everything. I went on a date night the other night with my boyfriend. I got a glass of wine. It was really fun. And as soon as we were done, I went back to my apartment and I fell asleep. Like I just get so tired that I'm like, what is the point of this? I actually hate doing this because now, yes, I'm drinking, but I'm not even like alert. I'm not even awake. I'm not even having a good time because I'm so tired. So for me, drinking's just not for me. And that's just what I've concluded and decided. I won't be doing it anymore. It's not for me. Yeah, like I will always say this, that it's going to be a day-to-day decision or a drink-by-drink decision. Like whenever I have the option, do I want to drink or do I not? I've just been saying no for the past 20 months, whatever. And then these past few instances, I've been saying yes. But now I'm just like, for what? Like just to get tired and actually miss out on the fun of like meeting up with friends or going to dinners and stuff. Like, no. It's so missing. Like we've lost the plot. You know what I mean? So it's not for me. My body doesn't like it. I got a headache the other day. I was like, what is this? Like, I don't want this. So for me, it's a no. But you know what? I'm glad I had those drinks to really like confirm that. And yeah, it's not for me. And I'm cool with that. Like the idea of wine for me is better than actually drinking the wine. The idea of a spicy margarita is better than the actual spicy margarita. Like, and I can make a killer mocktail spicy marg if I wanted. But, that's that on that. Like, it's not for me. And I feel good in that decision. And yeah, so that's my little drinking update. I just haven't talked about it in a little bit. Yeah, and I feel good with it. So anyway, and kind of like what I was just saying earlier, to go along with that, I also just feel like it doesn't align with my goals. Like when I drink, I just feel not like my best self. And a lot of these things that I want to be doing in my life currently is representative of me wanting to be my best self, such as, morning workouts and walks and where I source my food from and things like that. And I just feel like it's just so counterintuitive of it. But, I'm also not perfect. I had a lollipop right before this and the lollipop was awesome. So like, things like, I don't know, it just doesn't work for me presently. And I'm good with that. I just feel really good and motivated, and life is it's just good right now. And I'm also just craving like more in my life. What I mean by that is more, I don't want to say more life, because that's like what Carl's saying from Summer House, which, mind you, Summer House, I don't even think I want to touch Summer House today. I'm not feeling it today. I'm not going to talk about it today. And also because it's done. And I'm so on to Jersey. I love Jersey Housewives. I just love that franchise. It just rocks. What I mean by like more life is that I just want to be doing more fun things, which is why I'm really trying to get into hobbies like pickleballing. And my dad bought me a sketchbook, so I want to sketch. Just doing like fun things. And another thing that I would love to get into is back into running. I kind of talked about this a little bit on my YouTube channel, but just running for the fun of it, not for a race, not for speed, not for distance, not for a pace, but just like getting back into it, because that endurance feels really, really good. So I don't know when I'll get back into running, because I'm just having, like I have a really good morning routine as it is right now, that running takes up like 3 hours of my morning. I'm not even kidding, to like wake up and then prepare for the run and then to actually do the run. And then like at the end, like it's just kind of a lot. So I'm not even like doing that right now, but I am craving that. And it's something that I do want to add in at some point. So yeah, guys, I'm trying to see what else I wrote down that I wanted to update you guys on. Oh, some girly things. I feel like I really mastered the blowout. So a few weekends ago, I went out with my girlfriends, and I got the Shark Flex style this past winter, and I tried it once, and it didn't turn out well. And I was like all pissed off, because that's an expensive thing. So I got it. I was like, oh my God, it doesn't work for me. It doesn't look good, whatever, blah, blah. Kind of wrote it off. Didn't try it again. Well, a few weekends ago, I was feeling brave, and I was like, I'm gonna try it again. And oh my God, did I master it? Did I kill it or what? I mastered it. I will link everything that I used down below, but here's the secrets. Here's what I learned. So I use the Shark Flex style. And I always like my hair to be soft. So I always make sure that I put in heat protectant and like softening stuff in my hair. So I use the Olaplex number, I think it's 6 and 7. And I always use the It's a 10 leave-in treatment. Always. And then my hairdresser gave me a Redken blowout cream, I think it was, or a leave-in treatment. Whatever it is, I'll link it down below. It's in a blue bottle, and I love it. And I put that in every day, or whenever I wash my hair. So I always have that as a base no matter what I'm doing. Then I used the Day styling cream, which is what I normally use when I do my slick backs, but I put that in while my hair was still wet, and then I like rough dried it, blow dried it. That I think was a huge tip for the blowout, and it really kept it in. So the Day styling cream, I'll link it below. It's in the pink bottle. I'm sure you've seen it all over TikTok. That really worked. Then I used the barrel stuff for the Shark while my hair was still damp. It was like 70% dry, 30% wet, aka damp. And that locked it in. Let me tell you, like that was the secret. And then it dries your hair in that style. Didn't budge. It was awesome. I totally mastered it, and I haven't done it since. Okay. Because I'm super lazy. I normally wash my hair like once a week down here. Because I can get away with just like slicking it back most of the days. But I will say, I mastered it, and I feel so good. Speaking of feeling so good, I found the best jeans for the summertime, because whenever I watch Summer House, I notice that they wear pants a lot when they go out instead of shorts, skirts, things of that nature. And I hate wearing jean shorts. I don't like wearing skirts. I don't love it. So I was like, I just want to wear pants and dresses this summer. So I found a great pair of denim pants that I love. They are the Madewell Harlow wide leg jean. When I tell you I'm obsessed with these jeans, I'll link them below. I wear either those jeans or white loose linen pants every single time I go anywhere. It's perfect. Like, it's super lightweight. It's perfect for the beach. It's perfect for the summer. I am obsessed and I couldn't love it more. So big yes to that. And then I'll just wear like a tighter top in the summer, and that's it. And that's how I feel really good. Um, and then yeah, makeup. I actually do have like a routine that's a little bit different from my routine that I just posted on YouTube. What I put on YouTube was very much so like my everyday kind of makeup. What I've been doing recently, it has been like my quote unquote going out makeup, which, don't get me wrong, I'm not going out a ton, but I have gone out to like out with friends, a few weekends in a row now. So I'm not saying I'm a weekend warrior or anything, but doing pretty good. I'm home by 11, but I'm still doing pretty good. And I've been liking my makeup. I feel like I've been kind of struggling of like how to wear my makeup, because I sometimes feel like my makeup wears me, but I want to wear my makeup, and I feel like I got it down. So I will post a tutorial really soon of what that is, probably on my YouTube channel. And I love when you guys say that you like watching my YouTube videos. That makes me happy to know that there's some of you out there that still like it. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much everything that I just wanted to catch you guys up on. Nothing too crazy to report. Life is good. I hope this just felt like a phone call and a FaceTime chit chat with you guys. And this stuff makes me happy. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you guys for listening to Manifest with Tori DeSimone. I will talk to you guys next week. Be sure to rate the podcast 5 stars, share it with a friend, put it on your story. It really helps the show grow so much. And yeah, I just love you guys. Thank you so much for watching or listening or starting your week with me. And if there's anything you want to hear me talk about on the podcast, definitely let me know. If there's any guests you want on the Intrusive Thought series, definitely let me know. But other than that, enjoy the summertime, and I will talk to you guys all next week. Bye, guys.